What's happening, man? It's your boy Papa Duck back with another one. Right? You already know the drill. If you're on YouTube, man, go ahead and smash that like button. And then go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And y'all already know, if you look below on YouTube, you see our merch, man. Everything y'all get off our merch store. All proceeds goes back into this channel. And also, if you want to promote on the channel, just go to papaduckpromo@gmail.com. Listen, I'm finna bring something to y'all, right? Like I be trying to get y'all to think. That's all. I'm gonna say this. The way that women perceive themselves when it comes to beauty, right? That's a spell. And I know y'all be, I talk about spells all the time, but we was taught that spells are this spooky thing where you gotta light candles and you gotta do all this. That's not the case. I told y'all, a lot of times they try to make things that's true not be true. Like they say, the biggest trick the devil ever did was to make people think that he didn't exist. Listen, when you think about it, who told you that you should arch your eyebrows? You should put on makeup. Or even wear long hair. That's that spell. And when a group of people do something, like I said in the other video, herding, or being in a herd. When you in a herd, meaning you just going with what other people doing without even thinking. So your personal thoughts and feelings go out the window. This is within the definition of herd. But that's that spell. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women do things just as well as men and don't even know why. They just do what they see. Now, who controls the spell? That's the question. Who controls the spell? Who controls what's what? This is how these big companies, not just companies, but this is how the 1%, this is how the motherfuckers that run the world, this is how they do this, because they control every pillar of your life. Fashion, they control it. Food, they control it. TV, radio, they control everything around you that's got you doing what you're doing. Because not once has anybody sat and thought for themselves, well, why in the hell I'm cutting my eyebrows? And this is when you are part of a group, and this is going to make a lot of sense, like I always tell y'all. When you are part of a group or a herd, you do, right, what everybody else is doing. And you don't ask questions. Same way with men. We do the same thing. So who controls the spell? They under that spell. And this spell is have you ever, okay, this is going to make a lot of sense too. You ever seen that movie with Will Smith? I think it's called Focus. There's a part in that movie that tells it all. When they was trying to get that guy to go with the very number that they wanted that guy to go with. And if you ever saw the movie, man, y'all drop the number 55 on the comment, because that's the number that they wanted him to go with. But how they got him to do it? They sat that shit up that whole day. The whole day, they got him to see the number 55. 55. 55. Everywhere he looked, he saw 55, 55, 55. Which therefore planted that into his subconscious. And when he made that decision to pick the number 55, he thought he picked it, but he didn't. This is why I tell you have to learn psychology. And y'all might say, well, how this ties in? Like I tell people all the time, when people speak about relationships and all this type of stuff, we live as individuals, but we have collective consequences. What I mean by that? We live individually, right? Which means we experience things individually and we experience things differently. When we should live tribal, we should live all together. So we live together, we experience things together, and therefore we should have the same consequences. We've been tricked and fooled, divide and conquer, to make people feel as though just because we live on earth, or just because I live in a house and you live in a house and you got a father and I got a father, that we experience things the same. We don't. I'm going to give you a good example. And this is just a good example. This is not to be racist. This is just an example. Say you got one person that feels a certain way about white people. Why? Because he may have experienced things differently. He may have had white folks do something to him that make him feel whatever. Then you got the same guy over here, and both of them black. And you got a guy over here that say he has no problem with white people. Why? Let's say he was in a foster home with white folks, and that he had a nice upbringing with them. So they're going to have two different experiences, right? But when you experience a thing differently, right, but have the same consequences, it don't make sense. This is why relationships and situationships, just everything's going to always be off, because we are experiencing things differently. Therefore, we're going to have a different outcome. Therefore, we should have a different consequence. But we don't. We have a different experience, same consequence. Different experience, same consequence. It doesn't make sense. Because you may go do something because of your experience. And because of that, you're going to have a different, you should have a different consequence. But you don't. And this is why shit going to always conflict. This is what's going to always make things be set so far off. Now, let me give you another example. Say, for instance, if 5 couples went on a cruise, if 4 of those couples, when it comes to the guys, if 4 of them guys is opening up the door for their lady, you know what I'm saying, pouring their drinks, you know what I'm saying, when they get ready to get up and go to the restroom, the guy gets up, grab the woman's hand, help her get up, escort her to the restroom. You know what's going to happen? That same energy going to rub off to the 5th couple. That 5th couple, that guy going to do the same thing. Because he's in the environment, that's tribal, because everybody's doing the same thing. And you can see it. It's not like I'm in my house going through what I'm going through and you're in your house going through what you're going through. No, we are right here. That energy is going to rub off in a positive way. And it's the same thing in a negative way. Okay? That's why it's so imperative that you make sure the environment you in is not toxic. Because energy doesn't go anywhere. It just transfers. That's it. Energy don't go nowhere. Think about it. You ever been in a situation where, and when I say this, I'm just being honest. Say you and your homeboy with 2 girls. Okay, your homeboy goes upstairs with the girl and you downstairs with the girl. That environment is set up for you to likely to score, right? Because of the environment, because of what's going on, because of the energy. They upstairs, y'all downstairs, and this happens a lot without people even thinking about it. Now, that same girl could have laid up with you, right? All because that environment was set up for that to happen, or persuaded it to happen, because that's how energy works. I'm trying to show y'all something. Now, that same girl that laid up with you downstairs, because your homeboy was upstairs with her homegirl, that same girl can see you again and don't even speak to your ass. Never say nothing else to you in life. Act like it never happened. Why? Because that opportunity presented itself based off the environment and the energy. You get what I'm trying to say? It's the same way with 3 people. If 3 girls, 3 guys together, 2 guys go, one go this room, one go to that room, and that 3rd person in this room is just set up for that. And you might be thinking like, damn, you know what? It is like that, but don't know why. It's because of the energy. Now, you see what I'm saying? Once you learn it and you can comprehend it, man, you can see so much stuff, bro. Like stuff you ain't never thought. You can unlock a lot of shit. Because I know a lot of people been in that situation. It's the same thing. You feel me? It's crazy, but that's how energy works. And a lot of times, and I'm just making that as an example, it's a lot of other things, man, that have happened, and that opportunity has presented itself, and that energy go to moving. And it just, like I said, energy don't go nowhere. It just transfers. So the people you hang around, like people say, show me your friends and I'll show what type of person you is. This is what they mean. Birds of a feather flock together. This is what they mean. I'm just breaking it down into different forms, like a form you probably never thought of. You see what I'm saying? So like I say, man, be careful of the environment you in. Understand how energy works. That's the main thing. Understand psychology. Because psychology is just how the human brain works. It's just how the people operate. Why they do what they do. And once you break all this stuff down, understand it, you could break it down in a way where it's like, damn, now I can notify. Now you can know when you in a room and the energy off and you can feel it. You in tune. It's just like a piano. When a piano out of tune, it don't play right. But when it's in tune, make the best sound you ever heard. Just something to think about, man. Like I said, I'm gonna put that in y'all life. Y'all know how I do and how I come with it, man. So anyway, man, it's your boy Papa Duck. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Make sure y'all share the video. Until, like I tell y'all, in order for your ass to be found, you must first be lost. Okay?
Hold on.